corrected that problem, so we can access the SD, the 1 terabyte external drive right here. So now next thing what we want to do is now I'm going to insert the puppy USB stick. So here it is, and we're here SDI. So what we want to do is go ahead and set up the USB stick. So what you can do is go ahead and right click and then get into a setup, and then frugalpup, flexible frugal installer is what we want to use. The setting, what we'll do is we have to warn the USB stick, the save folder, save partition is separate. So we'll go ahead and click on that and OK. And now we're getting ready to go ahead and put in ISO, puppy ISO. So OK. And then we want to access the external hard drive, which is here, and I have the ISO here. So we'll just drag the F96CE ISO is the one we want to install. So we'll just drag it here and then say OK. And then we want to install it in SDI2, that's the USB puppy stick. So under pups, that's fine, OK. And then we want to create a folder, and I'll name it CE4. So I'll go ahead and enter at this point. Don't just click OK. You have to push, make sure you push enter here. And then OK. And so it wants to know where I want the save partition. So to continue with that one, OK. So we want to let it know where we're going to put in the save partition. So I want it within the internal hard drive that's running Windows. So we created a separate partition. So here, we'll just go ahead and enter. And then within it, we also created a folder. So we'll just double click here. So here, and so it's ready to put in or retrieve the save folder from this particular partition and folder. That's OK. And then it's all ready to go ahead and do its thing. And then it's going to copy the folders to SDI1 CE4. So we can just go ahead and check the SDI2. And then here is a CE4, and it's being copied right now. So it's doing its work. So we'll just give it a minute. While this is going on, what we can do is we can open up the internal hard drive save folder and under save, and then insert there the save folder of my own configuration that I had backed up before. So we'll get into that, and here is a save folder that normally has all my configuration and so on, and I'll put that into the save folder that's save partition. So I'll just grab this and then drag it over here and then copy. Okay, and then we'll just, so it's copying the save folder. So next time when I reboot into the puppy Linux stick, it'll automatically just retrieve these files that I'm putting it into the internal hard drive. So while that's going on, I think that what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get into the boot, so make sure that it boots from correctly. So SDI2, which is the partition that we just created, is so we want to use that partition. That's fine. And then I only have CE4 at that partition, so that's fine. And we also want to now we want a a grub file to go in USB stick, puppy USB stick, which is SDI1, so that's okay. And then it's okay again. Now it's copying it into the SDI1. Okay, that's okay. And then we're essentially finished, but not quite. What we want to do is look at the SDI1 grub configuration and right click and Genie, and then it's going to open up this window. We'll make it a little larger, and we'll also get a document line wrapping so we can see everything. Now you can see here that psave is going to look for SAV partition and put it in the SAV folder. So that's all correct. Because I only have CE4, I don't want any delay, so we'll just make that 0. And then for my preference, we'll just make this CE4. And then everything else is all okay. We want to save it. So now with this new grub, it's gonna go in a little faster. It also knows exactly where the save folder will be. So we'll go ahead and close. And then looks like the save folder has been put in the completed. So we'll just double check, save. And indeed, there is the all my save folder information here. So now, what we have to do is just reboot without saving anything, and then make sure that we reboot into the puppy folder. So we can go ahead and right-click and exit, reboot, no save, no save. And then I'll remove the Ventoy stick while it's doing that. And just to make sure, I'll also keep on tapping on F12 to get into the boot menu. Your machine obviously may be different. So now it is already set into the Jet Flash USB stick, which has my puppy Linux. So we'll just go ahead and enter, and hopefully it'll just find the save folder that I placed. So we'll just give it a second. So Puppy Linux is amazing in that we can do these things. And then now I should warn you that in my experience, having both Puppy and Windows run in the same internal hard disk, SSD in my case, is not a good idea. Invariably, one of the grub later on gets corrupted. So this is by far the best method that I think that you can go ahead and put it in the USB. I just click the enter, just ignore, and then let's see if it loads up all my configuration. Yes, so it loads up all my configuration. So this is good. This is what I use on a daily basis. And just to show you quickly, I'll just go ahead and my keyboard binding is Super W to launch Firefox. So that actually is working. So okay, so I'm just going to close that. And then what I prefer is not to have the save click button here. So we'll go ahead and enter here, and then ask shutdown whether to save or not. I'd rather have it not ask. So also we don't need to have the icon show, okay? And then just to make sure this icon doesn't show next time, is what I like to do is just go ahead and get into the grub again, and then Genie, And then simply what you have to do is just change the USB flash to USB HD and then save, and then get out and then reboot again. So I'll just reboot just by RB in my case. And then I'll get into it, although you'll automatically get into the Puppy USB stick as the first option. I want to just let you know that the window boot manager does work to boot the Windows, but let me just go ahead and get back into the Puppy Linux. And then hopefully we will not have that save icon on the desktop. Initially it takes and ignore again, and that eventually goes away, but this way the save folder that's within the SSD is very quick to access all the files that I saved and so on. So there's a minimal speed loss with a booting from the USB stick that I just showed you. So, well, I've shown you a Firefox, and this is again my own little script that starts the rocks files, and then this is my dead beef, and right now I'm getting, what I need to do is reset the sound card because it's trying to use the my headphone and mic that I'm using to record this. So I think that we'll just call it. So this is how I use to dual boot Windows and Linux, although I rarely use Windows. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks.